So hello everyone. Now in this session I am going to discuss a problem in section of solids. Now during our regular class we in fact reasonably covered the procedures to draw the section of solids. Now in this presentation we are going to see a special case of section of solids. As title suggests, we are going to pick the solid called tetrahedron and then we are going to discuss the problem. Let's get into the discussion. Now, in your tutorial book, you will find this particular problem in tutorial number 8. Okay, a tetrahedron of edge 60 mm rests on the HP on one of its faces, such that one of the edges of the resting face is perpendicular to VP. It is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP and inclined to the HP in such a way that the true shape of the section is an isosceles triangle of base 40 mm and altitude 30 mm. Find the inclination of the cutting plane with the HP. Also draw the front view, sectional top view and true shape of the section. Now you know the procedure to draw the section of solids. What you do? You probably first draw the top view and the front view and then you place the cutting plane. Once the cutting plane is made, you try to get the sectional view, the apparent sectional view in one of the views, and then you try to draw the true shape of the section. That is quite direct problem. Now here we have an interesting scenario. We are given with information related to the final shape of the section. The solid is a tetrahedron. As you know, a tetrahedron is made up of four equilateral triangular faces. Right now, in this case, there is a slight change in the procedure to draw the sections. You will see how we go and do this. So now we are clear with this information that the edge length is 60 mm and the final shape is an isosceles triangle. These are the peaks which is of base 40 mm and altitude 30 mm. So isosceles triangle, you know, is made up of three edges. Out of these three edges, two edges are of equal length. One will be the base. Okay. So we try and see how we go and get the final sectional view of this particular problem. Now, as usual, you you have to of course make sure that all dimensions are mentioned in mm. That should be written at the bottom right, so that you should make sure. And then you draw the reference line, which is the intersection of HP and VP. Right, now the solid is a tetrahedron. Get the top view of the solid. The tetrahedron, as I said, is made up of four equilateral triangles. The base edge length is 60 mm. So do the dimension, which is 60 mm, and also it is given that one of the edges is perpendicular to VP. So we have placed this particular edge perpendicular to VP and here we have drawn the top view. Right, now name the corners of the top view A, B, C and O. Drop vertical projectors upwards to get the front view of this solid. Okay, now I got the front view. How I got the front view? You know that uh, all edges are of length 60 mm, and interestingly we already have one of the edges parallel to XY, which is OB. So after dropping the vertical projectors like this, I will draw the axis line also. Of course, I will draw the axis line and then with B dash as center, I will make a cut here so that I will get the height of the solid and then I can complete the front view of the solid. Now, after drawing the front view, you have to mark the edges in the front view as well. So A, B, C and the apex O. Now as far as this particular point is concerned, it's very clear. That is what we discussed in the procedures were to draw the section of solids. Up to this it's okay. Now comes the difference. Now we are not clearly given with informations related to placing the cutting plane. It just said that there is a cutting plane, but the final shape is an isosceles triangle. You know that suppose if the final shape is an isosceles triangle like this, okay? You know that this is the base of the isosceles triangle. Where that will come in the sectional top view, you can easily pick that it will come somewhere here. So that is the base of the isosceles triangle in the final true shape will come somewhere here, right? So that is the clue. We know that the base edge length is 40 mm, okay, in the question. So what you have to first do is you have to draw a line over here for a length of 40 mm parallel to AC. Why? Because yes, that will give the true length, which will be the same in the final true shape also. So that is the pick. So what you have to do is you should think that since the final base edge length is 40 mm, I know very well that in the apparent sectional view over here, that is over here, I will get a line of length 40 mm to proceed. So first you do like this: draw a line of length 40 mm between OA and OC parallel to AC. Just to make you to understand the concept, this particular line is given with different color, right? So this line should be of length 40 mm. Once you have drawn that, you drop a vertical projector upwards to the front view. That will go and meet the the lateral edges OAOC over here, right? So that is the next pick. You should get this particular point. Once you get this point, you know also that in the final shape, which is an isosceles triangle, what is altitude means? This is altitude. Where this altitude come? The altitude come here, right? Which will be of same length. Why? Because you are trying to get the true shape by viewing in this direction. So the line you go and get here should be equal to the line you are going to get in the true shape. So true shape line is given, which is 30 mm. So what you have to do is after after getting this cut point, that is after getting this cut point, take a measurement in your compass of length 30 mm and cut an arc on the slant edge OB. Okay, that is the next clue. This is the next change. So you should do a cutting using a compass, taking a measurement of 30 mm like this. Okay, so I have already done an arc, something like this. This you should do. Once you do that, you can draw the cutting plane, because cutting plane will be in line with the altitude that you can easily pick, or in the cutting plane only you will be having the true shape. So naturally the altitude of the true shape you go and get will be in line with the cutting plane. So I have drawn the cutting plane And then what I have to do, I have to drop a projector downwards towards the slanted OB in the top view to trace the same point in the top view. So that I have done. Watch out for the arrowheads. Just to make you understand, see the arrowhead is downwards here. Over here, the arrowheads are upwards. Just to understand how we have the flow. So once you have done this downward projection, you can join the what you call cut points in the top view, something like this. Okay, I think you get this point. You can get this point. So once you drawn the cut points, name those cut points. Of course, you have to uh, use HB pencil to thicken the edges, which I have done here. That's why initially I started with a light color just to make, because I don't know where I will be getting the cut points. These points I don't know where I will be getting. So I initially started with a light color. Once I get these cut points, now I am thickening the visible lines. Okay. So now you go and name the cut points in the top view. So you got the cut points in the top view. Similarly, now you can easily trace the cut points in the front view. So just to recollect what we discussed here, what we did was we drawn the top view, and then we got the front view, and then slight change in the procedure. The procedure is we of course started placing the base of the isosceles triangle, the true shape, which we go and get then, okay, which is 1 2 first, and then we drop the projector upwards. We got the same point in the front view, and then using your compass by taking the measurement of 30 mm, which is the altitude of the isosceles triangle, we made a cut on the slant edge O dash B dash, and then after getting this point 3 dash, we made a projector downwards to trace the same point 3 dash in the top view, which is 3. Now you have the sectional top view, okay, sectional top view, which is this. Now we got the sectional top. Now we have to trace the true shape. To trace the true shape, what you have to do, you have to drop projectors like this perpendicular to the cutting plane. Draw projectors and draw the reference line, which is x1 y1, and then what you have to do, you transfer the positions of 1 2 and 3 with respect to the reference line in the top view to this to draw the true shape. That is, you transfer the distance of 1 is this much. Take this measurement from the reference line to the point 1 in the top view, and then from here you take the same measurement to get point 1. Similarly, you take the measurement of or the distance of point 2 from the reference plane and transfer here. Similarly, you take the distance of point 3 from the reference plane and transfer here. Okay, that is the procedure. Now kindly note down, the drawing is not to scale. Okay, so if you do so, you will end up with isosceles triangle, something like this, named as 1 suffix 1, 2 suffix 1, and 3 suffix 1, this one. Okay, now this will be an isosceles triangle with 2 edges of equal length and 1 base edge of different length, right? But certainly the shape of this isosceles triangle you go and get will be such that 1 suffix 1, 2 suffix 1 will measure a length of say 40 mm, length of say 40 mm. That is very important because that is what given here, base is 40 mm. Similarly, the altitude of this final true shape will be of length 30 mm. That is, altitude means this one from 3, if you drop perpendicular to the base edge 1 suffix 1 2 suffix 1, which should measure 30. It will measure 30 because that is how we have placed point 3 suffix 1 by making sure that this measures 30. So this will get reflected here as well. Okay. So that is the procedure. Now you got the final true shape, which will be an isosceles triangle as given in the question, with a base edge length of 40 mm and altitude of 30 mm. So this is the procedure, an indirect problem to draw the section of solid in which the final shape will be given instead of information related to the cutting plane. And another element you need to pick is this one, which is find the inclination of the cutting plane. So once you place the cutting plane, you need to get this inclination using your protractor or your mini draper. You can measure this inclination and you have to mention that inclination as well in the final solution. So this is called section of solid, a special case where a tetrahedron is given and instead of informations related to the cutting plane, you are given with informations related to the final shape, which is an isosceles triangle. From that we are trying to draw the sectional top view, the final true shape, as well as the inclination of the cutting plane. So another important thing is we have to hatch the true shape as well as the sectional top view. Hatch I have made in the true shape. You also have to do hatching in the sectional top view like this. Okay, hatching, how you do? With respect to the reference line, we should make 45-degree lines. In this case, in the true shape, this is the reference line. So with respect to reference lines, I have made the 45-degree lines here. Okay. So this is it. The final shape we have got in section of solids, indirect problem, a special case where the true shape of the section is given. From that we are trying to complete the problem. So I hope you understand this. The same way you try to solve some other indirect problems in your tutorial number 8. I will come with another discussion in a short while. So thank you. Be safe.